Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. It is, of course, Tuesday, August 23rd, 2016, and a major bombshell has just been unearthed. It could be a diversion. I think it hurts Hillary Clinton. It hurts her campaign, but could be an intentional diversion from her health, because her health, again, has been put out into the public consciousness, the lexicon, and the narrative of the mainstream media, which is posing a great danger to Hillary Clinton, because there's obviously something very serious going on behind the scenes. And it was kind of interesting. I think I was listening to, trying to think who the individual was, Ben Stein, who said that Hillary looked like his mother, I think he said it was, when she was on steroids.
What do you think of this health thing? We put up a picture earlier in the show of her on Nantucket over the weekend at a fundraiser in a long coat with black pants. I mean, on Nantucket in August, Ben.
Right. Well, I think part of that is that the story is that she's always wearing a bulletproof vest, so that may have something to do with it. But I don't think she looks well when you see pictures of her face. I hate to say this, but my dear departed mother had lupus, and she was taking powerful hydrocortisone, and Mrs. Clinton looks to me like she's taking hydrocortisone.
Which is also something somebody had brought up to me probably about 6 months ago or so. The puffiness in her face, the way that things just don't look right. She's gotten a lot fatter over the last 6 to 12 months or so. So I thought it was a very interesting observation, but breaking across all major news wires, whether or not this is Associated Press, CNBC, ABC, Fox, CNN, even CNN is reporting on this. Many who met with the Clinton Money Laundering Foundation as Secretary of State donated to that very same foundation. More than half the people outside the government who met with Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State gave money, either personally or through companies or groups, to the Clinton Foundation. Again, this is what Donald Trump has been talking about, the pay to play, right? You put down a down payment. You think Hillary Clinton's going to be the next president of the United States. You did the same thing when she was Secretary of State, and then you expect favors in return. So essentially, Hillary Rodham Clinton is a prostitute of these donors. Now, I think it was Carville, if I'm saying his name correctly, who's an actor who was saying, well, the foundation does good things, etc., etc. I don't think it's a bad thing that, these multimillionaires, if not multi-billionaires, are padding the pockets of Hillary, even though it's a giant conflict of interest. Obviously, the guy's full of shit. Yeah, even the interviewer, I think, thought the same thing. Again, more than half the people outside the government who met with Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State gave money, either personally or through companies or groups. Essentially, this is money laundering. This is mobster-style governing. It's absolutely insane. Here's the specific raw number on this. 85 of 154 people from private interests who met or had phone conversations scheduled with Clinton while she led the State Department, donated to her family charity, or pledged commitments to its international programs, according to a review of State Department calendars released so far to AP, to the Associated Press, now breaking across all major networks. Again, a bombshell. Could be a diversion, however. Could be a diversion from Hillary's health, or hashtag Hillary's stools. I talked about this. You heard it here first on AMTV earlier this morning. We're recutting that video, putting that out again for people to tune in and watch all around the world, that I've been hearing from my sources on the inside for some time now, that Hillary's handlers and political operatives will be pushing for a sit-down debate with Donald Trump. You heard it here first. Her handlers, her political operatives, my sources on the inside, credible sources, have been telling me we'll be pushing for a sit-down debate. If you want a little bit more extrapolation on that, watch the full show, because I talked a lot about it today, and we've got it coming up in a separate video. This bulk release of additional emails, although it's hitting Hillary Clinton right over the head again could be a diversion from a much bigger serious issue, is that if the mainstream media doesn't get off the health issue soon, it won't just kneecap her chances and campaign, it will destroy it. It will take her out for good. Also, WikiLeaks breaks. And remember, there was a spy who was climbing the wall, and it took 2 hours or so for a response, according to Julian Assange, if he is to be believed, who potentially was on a manhunt, could have been an assassination attempt, pre this bulk release. In one of these emails, it suggests that Hillary looked into Parkinson's drug for Parkinson's disease after suffering from decision fatigue. And remember, we talked about this in one of our super viral videos. It's now up to 300,000 plus views and growing by the day, almost 100,000 views a day. That it looks as if, and again, I'm not a doctor, we're just watching these, strange contortions that she's making and these obvious epileptic seizure-like events that she's experiencing, that she potentially could have Parkinson's disease. Now, we know, thanks to WikiLeaks, and potentially an assassination attempt on his life just a few days ago, that Hillary looked into Parkinson's drug after suffering from decision fatigue. Emails released by WikiLeaks show that Hillary Clinton looked into a drug used to treat sleepiness and Parkinson's disease after she apparently began suffering from decision fatigue back in 2011. This was post all the problems that she's been having. Clinton sent an email to close confidant and advisor Cheryl D. Mills on August 19, 2011, featuring the text of an article entitled, "Do You Suffer from Decision Fatigue?" And it goes on to say how decision fatigue can influence your ability to make decisions. When you're low on mental energy, prompts the sufferer to become reckless, act impulsively. It goes on and on. In a separate email sent 2 months later, Hillary received information from her top foreign policy advisor, Jacob Sullivan, about a drug called Profigil. If I'm saying that correctly, I'm not a physician. Profigil, also known as modafinil. Again, maybe you guys can help me out with the pronunciations. I don't think it really matters. But looked into both of these drugs, which are specifically used to treat sleepiness in patients with Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis, as well as excessive sleepiness caused by narcolepsy. So, even if Hillary Rodham Clinton doesn't have Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or another one of these cognitive degenerative diseases, even if she doesn't have that, and she's just looking into the drug because she's so sleepy and so darn tired, that in and of itself would still be damning, proving that she can't run and act as the most powerful vagina on the planet, as the first female, which is pretty much her whole political correct push right now, is she's the first vagina, so we gotta elect her to the presidency of the United States. Again, folks, I think it's a lot more than that. I think Hillary Clinton is very, very ill. She is obviously sick when she was turning the jar of pickles on the staged Jimmy Kimmel pre-planned interview last night. Notice how the pickle jar didn't pop? Because it had already been opened. It's all fake. It's all a con job. It's all bullshit. Hillary Clinton is obviously suffering from something very major, and I want you to be very suspicious, even with the recent leak of these additional emails, because now the mainstream media is suddenly diverting from the health issue, what they call the healthers or the new birthers, and now they're talking more about her foundation, which is still criminal. It's still money laundering. It's still a very big deal, but isn't the Achilles heel that the health issue is. Again, we're just going to watch, and as I'm sure you're watching, more of this evidence trickle out. What people once called conspiracy, just like they thought it was a conspiracy when Matt Drudge broke the Monica Lewinsky scandal, only for it to be 110% true. People are calling the health issue, the healthers, a conspiracy. Well, obviously something's wrong. Take a look at her physical appearance. Take a look at these contortions that she's having on camera, bobbing her head wildly like something is obviously wrong with her. She's definitely put on weight. Her face is very, very puffy. She's on some kind of steroid. We know she's on Coumadin, which is some 1950 style type drug blood thinner. That was even agreed by several physicians here recently that that is very much a warning sign. These are bombshell reports. Again, Hillary Clinton is going down in flames. And we need to ask, as I put out again in our viral video, why would those in power and in control set up Hillary for a fall if they knew all along she was suffering from a very severe illness? What is the chess move here? What comes next? Who replaces her? What kind of division does this potentially create in the United States of America? And if it was all planned, why? I'm Christopher Green. Get it out everywhere. Make it viral. Hard-hitting it in your face. Thank you for tuning into our live show today. We'll be pumping out more truth bombs, so stay tuned. Peace.